daughter, well, his daughter, thought it was smart to put him in a car all by himself, get an Uber, another Uber, and let him travel alone.
Okay.
And he kept pulling on my arm the entire time. He must have wanted to open the window because he kept banging and like pounding the buttons next to the window.
You're not going to miss this at all when you get back to Alaska, are you? It's going to be way too normal for you when you get back.
They're different kind of crazy. They hunt animals, and depending on what town you're in, they sometimes hunt people.
Hey babe, your phone was ringing.
It's in my briefcase in the back.
Alaska is a beautiful state, but I think it's second for the worst crimes. I think Washington State, Oregon, and Alaska have the most homicides. So.
Well, I've spent time in Washington State. I understand why. It's a miserable, boring place.
Yeah, I mean, I think the Frozen Ground that was filmed in Alaska was based on some guy, and a lot of violence. Something about Anchorage and Fairbanks. I knew a lot of people who wanted to go to Alaska to touch the moose. And I said, yeah, just like I moved to Florida to put my hand or my head in a gator mouth. Yeah, that sounds like
I saw that the other day about some, I think Japanese tourists were trying to stroke a wild bear in one of the national parks, and the bear just went for them and sliced them up a little bit. I mean, no surprise there. But why would you think that's a good thing to do?
Because the average IQ in LA is about 89. At least based on the way they drive, that is.
Yeah.
Like, you don't touch or go anywhere near wild animals. There's always that one.
You're gonna get that selfie.
Yeah, and it's usually the last thing they ever see. But if you want to see the glaciers, do it now, because every year we're losing a mile of glacier.
It's shocking.
I think by 2035 there will be no glaciers left. So a lot of animals are going to be displaced or dead, because when you got a lot of global warming, animals, their ecosystems get destroyed. Plus we got a lot more flowers and bugs and spiders that didn't used to belong in Alaska, but they're there now. Oh, there's Crenshaw.
Yeah, there you go. Crenshaw Boulevard. SoFi Stadium is over there in Crenshaw.
Fly Delta or Alaska Airlines. I refuse to fly United or American.
Me too.
American has the most oopsies.
You don't want to go Spirit either. That's what I have the most people fighting on the plane.
Yeah, their seats are like park benches, and they have the worst customer service. I refuse to fly KLM.
Well, the Dutch people are pretty nice. Why do you not like KLM?
If you Google worst disaster in aviation history, KLM will come up.
Okay.
They took off without ground clearance in '77, and yeah. What's that other one? I won't go on United.
Yeah, I'm not a big fan of United.
Mostly it's because I think American and United, there were 4 planes that were going to California and got redirected to New York. I try to stay away from certain airlines. But I like Alaska Airlines. It's nice.
I will be going to Spokane, Washington at the end of the month on Alaska. First time I've ever been on Alaskan Airlines.
I think I'm going from LA to Seattle and then Seattle to Alaska. Now that reminds me, I'm going to be in Seattle again. I don't like that airport.
Well, was all right. We went to Seattle. Was it last year or the year before, Jennifer?
What's that?
Seattle. Was it last year, wasn't it?
No, 2 years ago.
2 years ago. Okay.
I've been there a dozen times, but the last time I was there, if you're ever in Seattle, don't have the Qdoba.
What's that?
It's the northern, better version of Chipotle.
Oh, okay. I know any stuff like that. Okay.
Yeah, not good at all. I've been to most airports, not the ones in the smaller states.